Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, how are you? Hope so you all are fine. Today we will start next topic of chapter number 13, Ohm's law. You have learned about this law in your 10th class. This law was presented by a German physicist, Georg Simon Ohm. With the help of different experiments, he showed that when current passes through any conductor, it is directly proportional to the potential difference that is represented by V applied to the ends of the conductor. In simple words, you can say I is directly proportional to V. This is Ohm's law, and it is only possible when the physical state such as temperature, resistance of the conductor remains constant. Clear? So what is the statement of Ohm's law? The current flowing through any conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference V when the physical state such as temperature, resistance, pressure remains constant. Right? So the symbolically Ohm's law is written as I is directly proportional to V. When you write this form into equality form, you must insert any constant of proportionality. So in case of Ohm's law, R is known as constant of proportionality, and it is called resistance of the conductor. Now define resistance. The opposition in the flow of current is known as resistance. Important short question in MCQ. The value of this resistance depend on nature, dimension and physical states of the conductor. So must learn these three things: nature, dimensions and the physical state of the conductor. These are three parameters on which resistance depends. We have defined resistance, and now write the formula of resistance. R is equal to V or I, as according to Ohm's law V is equal to IR. So from that formula R is equal to V or I. V, this is potential difference, it is in volts, current in ampere. So simple, the unit of resistance is volt per ampere, and it can be written as ohm. Okay, so second unit of resistance is ohm. We have calculated the formula of resistance. Its unit is also ohm. Now define the unit of resistance, that is ohm. What is ohm? Define the unit of resistance. So unit of resistance is ohm, and 1 ohm is defined as when current of 1 ampere passes through a conductor having potential difference 1 volt, then the resistance through this conductor is 1 ohm. Right? A conductor, or you can say a conductor has a resistance of 1 ampere. Listen again. A conductor has resistance 1 ohm if 1 ampere current flows through it having a potential difference 1 volt. Right? Resistance is measured in ohm. So this is important short question. Define unit of resistance, that is ohm. So define ohm. First of all, we have learned about the statement of Ohm's law. After statement of Ohm's law, we have write its symbolical form, and after symbolical form we have written about constant of proportionality, that is R. Then we have discussed about the parameters on which resistance depends. These are the parameters. After that we have discussed about we have defined resistance formula, its unit, and we have defined the resistance unit ohm. After this, there are three important things which are being to be discussed: ohmic and non-ohmic materials. Look at this figure. This is a graph between current and potential difference. You can see this is a straight line. It means when current increase, potential difference also increase. Both show when by increasing potential difference there is also increase in its current. So in graph is showing a straight line from starting till end. Straight line shows that both quantities in between this graph is drawn are directly proportional to each other. When current decrease, it means potential difference is also increasing. So such type of graphs in which graph is obtained by straight line, in this condition resistance remains constant. Okay, when resistance remain constant, the graph between current and voltage potential difference is a straight line, right? Such type of materials in which graph is a straight line are known as ohmic materials. Okay, so the example of ohmic material is mostly metals. Mostly metals obey Ohm's law. When we increase potential difference, current also increase while resistance remains constant. So such type of materials are known as ohmic materials, ohmic conductors. Okay, now we will discuss about non-ohmic materials. To understand non-ohmic materials, look at this graph. This is graph number 13.8. In this graph, in start, when voltage is increasing along x-axis, current is increasing along y-axis. In start, the graph is a straight line, but with the passage of time, graph takes bend. Current start decreasing. Current start decreasing. So it means now graph is not a straight line. So those material in which the graph between potential difference and current is not a straight line are known as non-ohmic materials. If the value of current decreasing, after some time, if the value of current start decreasing, so it means resistance of those materials goes on increasing, so that's why its current goes on decreasing, right? The example of such type of materials are materials is one of them is filament bulb. Filament bulb is example of such type of materials in which when we increase potential difference, after some time current goes on decreasing, which shows that now resistance is not remain constant. Clear? रेजिस्टेंस अगर यहाँ पर आपका ग्राफ स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं बनता तो रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज करे या रेजिस्टेंस डिक्रीज करे, इट मीन्स कि वो मटेरियल जिसमें रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज कर जाती है या रेजिस्टेंस डिक्रीज कर जाती है, तो इट मीन्स कि वहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट नहीं है. अगर रेजिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट नहीं रहती तो ये क्या शो करता है कि जो मटेरियल्स हैं जिनका ये ग्राफ हमने ड्रॉ किया है टू क्वांटिटीज़ के इन बिटवीन, तो वो नॉन ओहमिक मटेरियल्स हैं. ठीक है, ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज़ करें, रेजिस्टेंस डिक्रीज़ भी कर सकती है. ये जो मैंने यहाँ पे अपवर्ड एरो शो किया है ये शो करता है इंक्रीज़ को, और डाउनवर्ड एरो शो किया है ये शो करता है डिक्रीज़ को, राइट. सो the graphs in which current goes on decreasing after some time, example of such type of material is filament bulb. These are known as non-ohmic material. And other example of non-ohmic material we will explain here with the help of graph. Look at this figure. In this graph, in start graph is a little straight line, but after some time the value of current shoots up. Okay, it goes up rapidly increase. So it means if there is not straight line graph in between volt potential difference and current, this is also a graph of non-ohmic materials. So such type of materials where resistance not remain constant. So in this condition, if current is going on increasing, it means resistance is decreasing. So the example of such type of material is semiconductor diodes. Always remember, in first case when graph is a straight line in between potential difference current, distance is constant, and metals are mostly example of such type of materials. These are known as ohmic materials. While in second graph, when current goes on decreasing, the graph between potential difference and current is not a straight line. In this condition, resistance increase while current decrease. The example of such type of material is filament bulb. While in third figure, the graph is also not a straight line. The current value shoots up, goes up, increase rapidly. So in this condition, resistance decrease and current increase. Such type of materials are the example of such type of material is semiconductor diode, right? This is our complete important long question. Now we are going to discuss about a little short question, very simple short question. Discuss about series and parallel combination of resistors. You know very well about such type of combinations as you have learnt in detail in 10th class. Look at this figure. In this figure, 3 resistances are given, and you can see here all resistances are connected in series. Okay, So you can calculate equivalent resistance by adding the given resistances, right? These are important according to short question or MCQ. While in this figure, there are also three resistances, but all three resistances are connected in parallel. So when you have to calculate equivalent resistance, 1 over Re is equal to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. So in this way you can easily calculate equivalent resistance. So learn these formulas. These are important according to short questions or with reference to MCQs. Now listen, it's your homework girls. Listen the video carefully and after listening learn the topic and at least write one time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.